After almost 12 hours on the boat, it wasn't that bad, it was okay, but we were finally in Banda Neira and we could not be happier. We're not going to get into, you know, the boat and the cleanliness or anything like that. We'll talk about it in a blog post, but we're just pretty much going to be focusing on the fact that we are in Banda, and that's what it's about. So when we were in Ambon, we called a guy called Mr. Allen who runs Vita Guesthouse here in Banda Neira, and he told us that he was going to meet us at the port. And when we were departing the boat, hello, and when we were departing the boat, he actually found us when we were just getting off, like in the boat itself. But I guess it's not that hard, there's not too many people to choose from. And yeah, we're just gonna go there now and check in, take a shower and get some food and go to bed because we've been up since God knows when. It's our first morning here. Last night we really didn't do much. We were so tired. We were up for 24 plus hours. And we just stayed at Vita Guesthouse. It was $250,000. We didn't really argue with it. We went for dinner last night at what turned out to be a really expensive place, but we did end up meeting someone who was chartering a boat. The good thing about this is that it's leaving at 10 a.m. this morning. Normally you can take the public boat. It arrives here in Banda Neira around 8 or 9 and is supposed to leave at 1, but there's really no fixed schedule. And since we don't feel like waiting around for it, it's guaranteed or supposed to be guaranteed that it's leaving at 10.
Yeah.
Finally on Hatta. That boat was pushing everyone to the limit. I think everyone was just kind of doing their best to hold out and not to puke. Chris and I were pretty close, and a French couple in front of us were looking pretty green. But right now we're just walking around to different guest houses here. We didn't call ahead, we didn't book anything, and we're just gonna compare prices and just have a look at the rooms. A German couple that we met, well, at Vita Guesthouse just for a couple hours, we've met again now here, and they're telling us about a place just over this hill. It's supposed to be with a woman who speaks next to no English, and you have your own private beach. We're gonna go check it out. We've just left our bags with the Germans, and we're gonna go have a look. But the thing about this place is supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be the best food on the island, which for us. Just woke up, got dressed, breakfast is already waiting for us, and the weather is completely the opposite of what we came into yesterday. You have to see this, it's fucking gorgeous. I'll just quickly show you the kind of place that we're staying at. It's super, super basic. That's pretty much where you eat all our meals, and then there's 2 rooms. No power from, they only turn it on from 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 p.m. And literally all it is a concrete floor, bed with mosquito net, and a toilet. No shower, just a bucket. Also, the nice thing is there's no one else here but Kristen and I. What more could you ask for? It's our second morning here, and we are leaving what I've just now found out is called Bambu. We're really happy there. It's a really nice place, super, super basic. Food's good. The 2 owners there are really nice. But we're gonna go over to this Rosengane place. I've realized the whole time I've been pronouncing it wrong, but I can't remember what to call it. We're just deciding to go over there because he's really well connected with organizing trips. He has his own boat. You can go out fishing with him. He speaks good English as well. So we're just gonna go see something different. This one's pretty much just on the beach, and 2 rooms next to each other with a gap in the middle. So again, super basic rooms. Bed, mosquito net. I guess a 3rd bed if you want it. And again, Western style toilet, no shower, just bucket. But that's enough of the accommodation. Time to show you guys the real reason why we came to Hatta, and that's the gorgeous coral reef that's 5 meters past the beach. It's 6 a.m. today and we've decided to join Sopiong on his morning fishing routine. All he asked from us was 50,000 rupiah to split the gas, which for us we felt was more than fair. He tells us he's hoping to hook a Wahoo for his wife. As for the hook and line, it's a pretty simple setup. The fishing line is wrapped around a large piece of bamboo with a lure on the end. The line itself is just held by your hand so you can feel for the fish. And I won't lie, with the drag on the lure, it could really cut into your skin. The first day we only had a few nibbles but didn't end up hooking anything. So we went out the next morning again. Hopefully some fish today. But unfortunately, got nothing.
That is a lot of rain.
I'm so glad we're not over there. That's over on Banda Besar. And that is a ton of water.
Fucking hell. Good.
Honestly, 10 seconds, 20 seconds into the boat ride and we already caught one. I don't know if this is big in comparison to what's out there.
How many?
30 seconds. Yeah. Today's been a bit of a crummy day water-wise, so we've just gone for a walk to the second village. And the second village, like way more than Lonely Planet ever made it out to be, and way more than we expected coming here. And in the background you can hear music. There's gonna be a wedding on Sunday that we've been invited to. There's a huge culture here, but there's no restaurants or wad rooms or something. There's like 1 or 2 corner shops. So don't expect to come here and, you know, find like a Gili Island paradise, because it's nothing like that. And I wouldn't even call the Gili Islands a paradise. One thing we haven't really talked about since we've been here, because we've mainly just been doing a bunch of snorkeling and relaxing, is sort of what these islands were known for. If I can find the split one. The islands were known for this, nutmeg. And, you know, for a good portion of history, and, you know, in the grand scheme of how long history is, you know, only very recently, you know, nutmeg has been found elsewhere in the world, but it's originally from the archipelago of Banda. So on the outside you have mace, on the inside is the nutmeg itself. And yeah, it's just crazy to think that this used to be the only place you could find it. Not only on Hatta, but, you know, the archipelago in general. We're just on our way to a wedding here on Hatta today. It happens to be Sopiong's sister, and we've been invited along. We just have to stop off at one of the little corner stores here and get a couple envelopes to put some money in for a gift. Raining so much right now, and we're actually kind of downhill, so a lot of the water is starting to come into the reception area, but there's really not much to see right now. The bride's actually in a separate building with the groom getting married in front of some of the important men, and we're just sitting listening to everything on a PA system. This is our first Indonesian wedding, and it is crazy. The music is so loud, but everyone here is so lovely and so nice, and it's just a really good experience. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to come. The weather has not improved at all after the wedding. It's just rained on and off and on and off. And on top of that, we found out the only public boat back to Banda Neira will be tomorrow. It was supposed to be running every day, but it's only running every other day. We're gonna put in a blog post how the boats are running at this point in time. We've pretty much just been waiting to find out where the public boat's gonna pick us up, and we've just been told that it's gonna pick us up down by the school. Normally it can get you anywhere from where we are at Sopiong's place down to, like, yeah, the Moscow school, so now we go wait there and find out. It's supposed to leave at 7, but it's past that now. The weather's been a bit dodgy.
and we wait.
Apparently the second public boat that we saw was actually returning from Banda Neira, and that they had already made the trip there at 5 this morning, which we didn't know. So we've been waiting for nothing essentially right now. So the only option right now is to charter a boat ourselves. And there's another couple locals here, so if we can all pitch together, it'll be cheaper, but it's not going to be, you know, the most inexpensive trip. We'll see what we can haggle with. The options are, there's a dive company here, so we can charter them, or Sopion has a boat. So we've gone with Sopion. He wanted 600. Thankfully, Seppo, the German guy, negotiated that it's going to be 450 in total, so 150 per couple. There's 3 of us, and at least we're leaving. But Sopion's boat, I don't know if you saw from the fishing video, if it rains, you know, some of us are going to be fucked. Sopion's boat finally arrived. I just hope it's overcast. It's not really well covered for a long trip. We've gotten dropped off back at Vita Guesthouse as the harbor was full, but it's literally right next door. So just walk over there now and see which boat's going to Rune. And if not Rune, we go to I. But yeah, we have to ask.